네, 우리 교도님들 한 주간 평안하셨어요? 네. 그 103년 전 오늘 무슨 일이 있었는지 다 아시죠? 네, 우리 교도님들은 아마 다 아실 거예요. 근데 우리 애들 잘 모르더라고요. 그래서 오늘 사축이제 중에 한 경절이잖아요. 그래가지고 제가 오늘은 우리 아이들에게 우리 대종사님과 구인 선진님들께서 어떤 기도를 하셨는지, 그리고 어떤 기적이 일어났는지, 그리고 법령, 그리고 법호의 의미가 과연 무엇인지 제가 간략하게 영어로 조금 설명을 해주려고 그래요. 제 영어가 또 좀 쉬우니까 다 아마 알아들으실 거라고 또 생각이 들어요. Hey, good morning. I'm gonna give you a talk in English. So, my first question. Do you have any idea what day is it today? I heard your mom said it's 법인절. So, any images? 준영, 현영, 도제? No? And then what about Won Buddhist 4 celebrations and 2 deliverance service? 도제, June 1st, you told me. Don't you remember? No. I prepared to eat, maybe later. All right. Today, we gathered here to celebrate 103rd anniversary of Dharma authentication and self-transformation of Sotaesan's 9 disciples. It's August 21st. August 21st. We call Dharma Authentication Day, and another name is Self-Transformation Day. I prepared the story of founding Master Sotaesan and his 9 disciples. So you will be able to find some answers to these 3 questions while listening to the story. 제가 3가지 질문을 드릴 테니까요. 한번 생각해 보세요. Number 1. What was the purpose of their prayer? And number 2. What miracle happened? Oh yeah, miracle. And number 3. What is the meaning of the Dharma name and honorary title? So while you are listening, think about the answers. In the beginning of Won Buddhism in the early 1900s, Korea was a poor country with few resources. The Korean peninsula is fairly small, and most of the land is comprised of mountains, more than 70%. Therefore, any extra piece of land for farming was really great value. You can imagine that. In 1918, 2 years after Sotaesan's great enlightenment, he directed a levee project. You want to remember that, levee project. To fill in some marshland to make more land for farming. This project modeled his teaching motto. This is really cool. Body and mind come together. Truth and life work together. Let me read again. Body and mind come together, and truth and life work together. In order to create a fund to carry out this levee project, Sotaesan and his followers practiced thrift and diligence by setting up a savings association. All the members abstained from alcohol and smoking. They were also frugal, right? Frugal of their clothing and food. When enough funds were gathered, he and his followers started to build a dike to protect a stretch of land from the sea. Some people in village ridiculed the project because, in those days, there were no tractors or bulldozers, and creating such a large dike solely by hand and just with wheelbarrows seemed impossible. Nonetheless, Sotaesan's followers had faith in their teacher, and they willingly did hard physical labor, carrying mounds of dirt. Yeah, lunch is coming. Okay, but please look at me. Okay. And with great leadership by Sotaesan and faith from his followers, the levee project was completed in 1919. These 23 acres of fertile land provided the livelihood and income for the initial stage of Won Buddhism. After finishing this land building project, Sotaesan selected the 9 most faithful and guided them to pray for spiritual community building. They prayed for human beings to become masters of material things instead of being enslaved by material power. Junyoung, would you come and read Sotaesan's words? Would you? Just one time, please. Thank you. Just this part. And yeah, here's the mask. Oh, here's the mic. And cause it's Sotaesan's word, I'm gonna hit the gong. Okay. After the gong.
These days, material civilization grows daily with immense power, while the human spirit that should be making use of material things has steadily weakened. Due to this, there is no peace of mind in the world. Please pray that human beings may become free from suffering and not controlled by material power. Your mind is mind of heaven. If you deeply concentrate and are completely free of selfishness, you will move to the heavens and your prayers will be answered.
Thank you. Give him a warm applause. Thank you. You are just like a Master Sotaesan. So, here you can find the answer to the number 1 question. Some of you here, you might remember the founding motive of Won Buddhism. So here we can see that the founding motive of Won Buddhism was the same purpose of their prayer. And the 9 disciples were really inspired by the Master Sotaesan. Following Master Sotaesan's guidance, they offered prayers the days, 3 days of a month, like the 6th, 16th, and 26th. And with 10 days of ablutions in between the prayer days. 그 목욕제계를 하는 그 10일을 두신 거예요. 그래서 매 6일, 16일, 26일 그렇게 이제 기도를 하신 거죠. And on the prayer day, they all gathered in 구간도실. 구간도실. 구간도실 is the name of the first Won Buddhist temple, which means the 9 compartment room, and received instructions from the master, and then they departed to their designated mountain. The prayer was offered at night from 10 to 12. So it's almost the midnight. They went to the mountain to pray. Think about it. They didn't have any lantern. They probably just bring some fire to the mountain. It's deep in the mountain. And afterwards, everyone returned to 구간도실, the first Won Buddhist temple, and each member was given a watch so that they could synchronize the prayer time. So they can make a prayer at the same time. And each of the 9 disciples brought up a flag of the association, incense, and bowl of water. And on the top of the mountain, they bowed and come fast, and they read the prayer and recite some mantra. When the prayers had been for about 10 days, Sotaesan said to the nine one day, means Sotaesan's word, "You have been consistently praying for the last 100 days, but I don't see any signs that your prayers have been heard. Please check within yourself to see whether your prayers have been completely sincere, without any distraction from your self-attached nature. So let me ask you, are you willing to sacrifice everything, even your lives, for the deliverance of all suffering beings? Are you willing to manifest your prayer into action, even at the cost of your own life?" The founding master really asked his 9 disciples. The 9 disciples answered yes. They said, "Dear teacher, it is our great honor to dedicate our lives to save the many people who are suffering. We are overwhelmed that you trust us and that you have chosen us." On August 21st in 1919, the 9 disciples and the Master Sotaesan gathered in Gugandoshi. They sat down in a circle, and in the center there was a bowl of water to symbolize the pure mind, pure spirit, and to show their resolve, and without using ink, no ink, each disciple first dipped the thumb into the water and then pressed it on a piece of white paper, on which was written, "Sacrifice with no regret for all suffered sentient beings." And after that, they walked out of the room toward the mountains, where they were surrendered themselves with deepest sincerity in prayer for the good of all. And when they walked over there was calling from behind them. It was the founding master Sotaesan. "Come back, come back." He called the 9 disciples. "Look, your thumbprints have turned as red as blood. Your minds have moved the divine spirits of heaven and earth. As of this moment, you have fully dedicated yourselves to selfless service for the world. Therefore, whenever in the future you are carrying out your work, despite all hardships and mortal dangers, do not allow your conviction of today to change." So this was the miracle that happened on August 21st. 9 disciples, their thumbs turned to red, like a blood. If I were a master, I would keep it for the evidence, so I can show the people we got approval from the heaven and earth. But our founding master Sotaesan, he didn't want to. He thought the future religion don't need that kind of miracle, so he just burnt it. And after that happening, 11 p.m. still in the pitch dark, the founding master Sotaesan ordered the 9 disciples to go together to the top of the central mountain, Jungangbong, and return to Gugandoshi. When the 9 disciples come back, the master gave each of them their Dharma name and honorary title. And And he said, last gong. The individual with the secular name has died. Now I give you a new name. With this Dharma name, your new life will begin, in which you will deliver many suffered sentient beings. We all have Dharma names, right? He gave a Dharma name and honorary title to who let go of egoistic self and reborn with the vow to save many suffered sentient beings. Today, I hope you all found the 3 answers. Number 1 question was, what was the purpose of their prayer? The answer is the founding motive. The founding motive. Save all sentient beings with Ilwansang, with Ilwansang mind. The purpose was our founding motive. And what miracle happened? Shinoh, next time if I ask you, then just remember the bare thumb to red, okay? Right, the bare thumb prints turned to red. But here, the more important thing is that it happened when the 9 disciples made self-transformation with their selfless vow for all. And my 3rd question was, what is the meaning of a Dharma name and honorary title? I think it is the answer from Sote-san. Dear members, if you received a Dharma name or honorary title, embody them to make a better world as the meaning of your Dharma name and the title. 대종사님과 구인 선진들의 그 기도의 목적이 무엇이었냐? 우리의 개교의 동기와 같다라는 거예요. 2번째 질문은 뭐였냐면, 어떠한 기적이 일어났는가? 그래서 우리 아이들이 기억하기 쉽게 물에 찍은, 아무것도 찍지 않은 손으로 이렇게 지장을 찍었는데 그것이 붉은색으로 변한 것이 미라클이었다라고 말씀을 드렸어요. 근데 더 중요한 것은 뭐였냐면, 사실 이 사건에서 더 중요한 건 언제 그것이 벌어졌냐라는 거예요. 구인 선진들께서 사없는 서원을 세웠을 때, 내가 모든 중생을 위해서 나를 바치리라라는 그런, 창생을 위해서 여한 없이 나를 바치리라라고 서원을 세웠을 때 그 사건이 벌어졌다라는 거죠. 그 기적이. 그리고 그것은 우리가 그런 서원을 세웠을 때도 일어날 수 있다라는 거예요. 3번째, 그 우리가 달마님을 받았어요. 법명 그리고 법호를 받았는데 그것의 의미가 무엇이냐? 대종사님께서 그것을 주셨을 때는 그 이름대로 살라고, 그 법호대로 살라고 그렇게 주신 거예요. 이 구인 선진들께서 사없는 서원을 세우고 그것을 실제로 했을 때 그 순간에 성인이셨고 그 순간에 그분들께 법명과 법호를 주신 거거든요. 그래서 법명을 받은 우리는 그 마음으로 살아야 된다. 그 마음으로 신앙하고 그 마음으로 수행하면서 살아야 된다. 그런 서원을 세워야 된다라고 여기서 말씀하고 계시는 거예요. So I pray for that the founding motive becomes our motive. 대종사님의 개교의 동기 그 서원이 우리 모두의 서원이 되기를 간절히 염원합니다. And may we embody our Dharma name to make a better world with 일원상. 그리고 일원상 잊지 마시고 우리가 법명대로, 저는 신오로 살고 원경으로 살고 우리 준영으로 살고 그렇게 우리가 법명으로 이렇게 살면서 세상에 유익을 주는 우리들이 되어야 되겠습니다. 설교를 마치도록 하겠습니다. Thank you.